What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So we're going to install a couple things to the Hypermotard 950 today. That is the radiator guards and engine guard and oil cooler guard. So I already pre-assembled them. So there's two pieces to this, the grill and the support. So it's held on by these two nuts here. Same with this one. This one just kind of sandwiches in between the radiator cowl here. So you just kind of, you open this up and then you kind of sandwich them together and then you use the bolts. It's pretty simple. They do, for some reason, include foam supports. I'm not sure, but because this one already has the rubber grommet support, which is enough to kind of push the radiator out and space it out from the radiator. So I don't know why they did that, but Evotech seems to have, for some reason lately, they've always like not updated their installation instructions, and I don't know, it's good that they include these things, but I'm not really sure what they're for. So yeah, we're gonna get into the install. There's some extra parts maybe. If anything, I'll see if there's a use for them, and we're just gonna get into it. So there's just two screws under here for the oil cooler. We're gonna take those out, those silver ones. Sorry, it's not focusing, but yeah, so we're gonna take those out, and I'm gonna figure out how to remove this side panel. Should be pretty easy. So this one is pretty easy, side panel. If you guys don't already know, it's two bolts, two screws right here, two screws, and it just goes into those. You have to get it from the inside though, so this one latches on like that. There's like a feet right there, kind of latches on to this metal piece. So you kind of latches on like that. You gotta get it from the inside. You have to get it from the inside. It's kind of a hard reach, but no, it's not a big deal. Very easy. So there you go. See for the radiator, there's two bolts right here, and you sandwich the radiator guard in between these, and that's it. All right, guys. So I have it finally installed. As you can see here, I have it on all four sides. So these standoffs here that I'm talking about, the rubber ones, are on the side of the radiator. It's enough to push the radiator out. So it's the radiator guard out. So it's already serving as a good standoff. I don't think I need to add the foam supports is what I'm thinking. I mean, you could, but like these are already spaced out enough. So you can see the space right there. So dark, sorry about that. But yeah, there's already a space, a gap already. So now you just secure these bolts and it's solid, like it's not moving. So like I said, the Evotech doesn't seem to update their instructions. So, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna put this back on and then put the side panel back on, and then we can move on to the engine guard and oil cooler. It's separate from the radiator anyway. So all right, let's do that. All right, so we got the radiator all buttoned up. It's looking good. We're gonna move on to the lower section here, and we're just gonna uninstall those two bolts, OEM bolts, and then we use the supplied bolts that Evotech has. I believe they are longer, and that's the point of replacing them. And that should be it. It's super straightforward, so just be careful with uninstalling these plastics. This one should be an easy thing. I'm gonna try to see if I have a tool that will reach that. It should be easy. So here's the OEM bolts. They are shorter, and we're gonna put the washer, the stock washer, to the new bolts here, and that's what we're gonna use. There we go. And then I just unbolted the oil cooler, so we're gonna put here's what it looks like. So there's a notch right here on the bottom, kind of goes in. Just doing this one-handed with the camera. Yeah, right there. So it fits there really, really nicely and snug. So yeah, I mean, as far as design goes, this is the best looking guards I've ever seen. So there you go. I'm gonna go bolt this up and show you guys the final result. All right, guys. So this one's the one that took the most time out of all this, because you have to sandwich this bracket, this other part of the guard, and the guard itself, and the guard on the engine. So it's all one bolt going through all of this to go to that circular piece there. So basically, you just kind of have to juggle it, use both hands and try to thread it by hand first. Don't use a tool because you might loose thread it or cross thread it. But yeah, so this is basically how it looks. So we're just gonna go button it up right now and show you guys the final product. But here it is basically. All right, guys, we are done. I did double check everything. This one, I looked at the instructions. It didn't call for any backing material back here. So I don't know. There's this square stuff in here. But when I mocked it up against this, it pushes the oil cooler out. So it doesn't seem like it's meant for that one. So this one seemed like, I guess being that it's two-piece, the grill that's resting on the oil cooler has some play to it. So I guess it's separate. So it's like, I guess it negates the vibration. I don't know by design. But the instructions didn't call for something to put in between there. So I'm not sure. So like I said, there's some extra parts. You got the zip ties there that they provide and some screws. I don't even know where that screw is supposed to be. So I used the 2 screws that they provided with the oil coolers right there. It's a longer screw like I showed you earlier, and it's sandwiched all together. Tighten that up. Yeah, the only challenge is sandwiching this pieces together. And while you're back here, the angle of the screw is a little bit hard to reach, so you need like some kind of because it's angled. You see how it's angled, and then if you have like a basic wrench, it kind of hits the oil cooler, so you got to be careful there. So if you have like a low profile or a small wrench, it should be fine. But yeah, so this one is fine. So I don't know. Like I said, Evotech seems to have a lag in updating their stuff, but their stuff is really, really good. I recommend them. So other than that, it's a good product. Now I feel confident, taking this to the track and actually riding it around, because I don't like it when you're dead the fence and the radiator and stuff. So especially the engine head casing is right here. So now you have a protection there. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.